Okay, so I was digging today and I blew a hydraulic line and I made a big mess all over the machine, all over the ground. There's two lines in the big arm. There's one line that pushes it out and there's one line that pushes it back in. So depending on which way you pull the lever, one opens up to let the fluid out and the other one pressures up the fluid on the other side and then slides the arm back in with the big cylinder. And yeah, the line blew out. It's been going for a while, but this is an old machine, and the whole reason I have this one and not a big fancy one like an excavator is because I bought this affordable one. So oh man, that's really bad on the bad for the camera. That must be the flicker rate of my flashlight. So here's the big cylinder. You know, it's just one main big cylinder that pulls the arm in and out. And that cylinder does most of the work for the digging, because then you claw it and then you pull it in. You know, that's how it works. And then you know, extend it out over to where the truck is and then just dump it. So there's the hydraulic hose that blew here. There's a roller and a spring that takes up the slack. You can see this hydraulic hose doesn't have any rubber left on it. Well, sometime like maybe 2 years ago, I looked inside here and I'm like, hey, there's some cracks on that hose. You know, the rubber was cracking off the outside. I was like, oh, well, it's not leaking, and that's a big job to change that out, even though it's really not. Just it seemed like extra work at the time, so I just left it, and I'm like, well, when it blows, I'll change it out. Well, it finally blew today, and today is a very warm day. It's going into winter, so today is a very warm day, and tomorrow is a very warm day, and then it starts going back into the cold. So I was all geared up to dig some more dirt and then put it at the entry so I could get a garbage bin dropped, and then it blew out. So I'm digging away and all of a sudden, and then hydraulic oil starts spraying out the bottom there. So I have one end unhooked. I just got to go and unhook the other end. See the inner workings of a hydraulic hose right there. So the outer layer, like, see how this one's covered in rubber. This one should have been covered in rubber too, and then it's wrapped with the steel banding or steel wire, and that helps hold the pressure. And without that steel wire there, the pressure will just blow out the rubber. So, well, that's what happened. I got lucky, so if this other one blew, I wouldn't be able to send the arm out. This one is for pulling the arm in. Press it and change out the hydraulic lines. You got to do it through all these holes on the side here. And so here's where the front attaches right here. The line comes in and screws in right there. I already undid it, but you got to get the holes to line up. And on the outside, it'd be cool if it had a hole right here, but it doesn't. So in order to change out those two lines, you got to have the arm fully out and do it from either one of these holes here to get this side. Oh, right there. So just got to get a pry bar or something and pry that tab out so I can get the hose out, and then when I get the new hose back in, I'll just pry the tab back so it holds it. I don't know, this one doesn't have it. I think it broke off or something. So I gotta get the pry bar behind the hose and then I just pry out on the hose. I was trying to pry onto the hose, but if I get behind the hose and pry out, that should work. I think I felt it bend a little bit more. Okay, that worked. You know. Okay, so now I just got to get a hose. Pry bar can stay here. 1-inch wrench can stay here. The other side is an inch and a quarter, I believe. But I didn't have an 1.25 inch. So I'll just leave the crescent wrench in my pocket for tomorrow. Or I guess I can leave the crescent wrench here too. So it looks like 128 inches. Okay, on the way to get a hydraulic hose. I'm going to try to see if they can do it at Princess Auto first because they're cheaper. Instead of taking it to the actual hydraulic hose place that charges a fortune to get a simple hose made up. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Well, they made me a hose, but the diameter of the inside is different. They didn't have the right fittings. See, there's the new one. There's the new one and there's the old one. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it's still a bit bigger. So I don't know what it is with the newer hydraulic hose and fittings. I guess I should have went to I think that's a 1/2 inch. I should have went to a 5/8 or a 3/4. Yeah, I should have went to a 3/4 inch inner diameter line. But that's what you get when you go to Princess Auto instead of the actual hose place. But at the same time, when I went to the fancy hydraulic place last time, they gave me a hose that was too small also. So yeah, I could have like not bought this one and then went to another Princess Auto and got them to make up a bigger one, but I think it'll work. Hey, look, another smart car. What does it say? What does it say there? Ain't fixing that it's fucked. He ain't fixing that it's fucked, I guess. How does that make sense? Means he loves it anyway. That guy's got a lot of stickers on there. I thought that was a real handicap sticker, but it's not. That's like, fuck you, I'm handicapped. There's some kind of other smart car sticker on there, and then there's this 4.2 with a turbo as a snail. And he's got some kind of cool caps on the back of his swing arm. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, it's a beautiful morning. Well, I made it back. Just enough room for a driver in there again. Somewhere underneath everything is a hydraulic hose. Yellow hydraulic oil there. So let's go to unload the car and install the hose. Here we go. Same path in the daytime. A little bit easier to walk through here. Oh. I don't know what's easier, sliding it down from the top or feeding it up from the bottom. I think feeding it up is a little bit easier. It'll go up over the track. There's that big long track there. Over the track, down around under the roller, and then back to the fitting here. So yeah, fitting fit by. There's the other end here. I need 2 hands to do that. Okay, I got that on there. Just gotta tighten it up with a wrench. Now for the other side, just gotta throw it up there. There we go. Send it back down underneath the roller. Yeah, and it's gonna get plugged full of crap. Oh, maybe not. Have to put something in there to hold that. Okay, so I got the roller set forward so I can get the hose on. How I took the tension off is I just pulled on the other hydraulic line, and that pulled the roller forward so I could have enough slack to loop my hose down and around and connect on the bottom there. Because this new hose may be a little bit shorter, but it definitely doesn't have the same flexibility as the old one does, or did. So now the trick will be reaching in there and connecting it to the fitting. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to loosen off the other end so I can pull it, and then yeah, I'll do that one first, because on the other side I can actually reach in there and pull the hydraulic line. So I'll loosen the fitting on the top here, and then I'll get some more slack down here. Okay, fitting loosened, and right away this one loosened off as well. So I'll need a ladder down here. There we go. There we go. And yeah, it's a kind of a, yeah, it's a two-hand job. Okay, I got it, but I think I'm gonna need the little crescent wrench I'm using to take the slack off of the roller, the spring-loaded roller, to tighten this up. Should be able to get it snug, but yeah, I'll need a little wrench to tighten it right up. Or not, or not. Oh yeah, look at that. Yep. Okay, and then I need two hands again. Okay, I got it connected. Now I'll just go pull that crescent wrench out of there. That's holding the slack off. And then I can tighten up the lower end. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this new hose is definitely tighter than the other one. You see that new hose has some more tension on it than the other one does. I think it'll be okay. I think as time goes by it'll loosen up. Yeah, it'll be okay. Yeah, the solenoid is weak or something. Every time I try to start it in the cab, the starter starts stripping or starts skipping on the gears or on the flywheel. So I'll do it the old-fashioned way.